Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tudor Frank from Tudor ICT Academy, where we offer professional training and solutions. On this series, I'm preparing 40 self-explanatory videos on Microsoft Excel. This is the first video. I'll go straight to Microsoft Excel. You can see the application on the screen. This is a typical Microsoft Excel user interface. On the user interface, up here is the title bar where you have book 1 representing the file name, the application name, then you got the minimize, the restore down, as well as the close. The minimize button will help drop the Excel application to your taskbar, and clicking on it down here brings it up. The second button, which is restore down, will help reduce the size of the Excel user interface, and clicking on the same button can maximize it to fill the entire window. Then the last button will help you close the application totally, like I just did. So to get back the application, you can go to search and you just type if you're using Windows, you go to search bar here, you type Excel. I'm actually using Windows 10, so it's gonna load the application immediately. As you can see, up here we have the quick access toolbar, which contains some frequently used command buttons. We have the file menu, which contains some major commands in MS Excel. Like we have the save as, which will either of those two will help you save a file for the first time, and then we have other ones. Like over here we have the open, close, info, recent. Info is up here. We have recent, new, print, save and send, help, option, and exit. Alright, in order for you to navigate back to the normal screen, you can either click on the home tab. The file menu will always help you carry out all the tasks, as you can see here. The home tab returns you, or clicking on the file menu again will help escape from that menu. Then here we have the ribbon. This rectangular diagram you're seeing all over here is called the ribbon. The ribbon is divided into tabs and groups. In case you don't get my English right, I said the ribbon is divided into tabs and groups. For example, we got tabs, we got groups. Now, tabs and groups of command buttons. If you look at the ribbon right now, we have 7 tabs: the home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, and the view tab. Each of these 7 tabs are divided into groups. Now this is what I mean by the groups. If you click on the home tab, you see different groups of command buttons. This particular group is called the clipboard groups. The clipboard group contains command buttons like the paste, cut, copy, format, painter. Then we have the font group, which is still under the home tab. The font group is where you can change your font face. You can work on the bold, you can make your text bold, italic, or underline. We have other stuff like border. We have font size, which you can grow fonts or you decrease the font size. We equally have where you can work on your fill color as well as your font color. So same thing apply to other groups on the home tab, which include alignment, number, styles, cells, editing. When you get to the insert tab, we have tables, illustrations, charts, spark lines, filter links, text and symbols. If you check on the page layout, we have themes, page setup, scale to fit, sheet options, as well as arrange. So your first classwork is you will go through all the tabs, you write the name of the tab, and then you write down the groups that you have under the tab. I would like to see a screenshot, or you just I would like you to snap it and send to me. Let me know that you are following the video. Now right here we have the spreadsheet environment, but before the spreadsheet we have this toolbar. Here is called the address bar, or you can call it the name box or address bar. This other bar is called the formula bar. Now the address bar will give you the address of the active cell, while the formula bar will give you the content of the active cell or the formula of the active cell. What is active cell? We will get to that. Over here we have what we call the column labels. The column labels are the letters A, B, C, and so on. There are a lot of them. And down here we have the row numbers. So we have column labels, we have the row numbers. Now why we have this is in order for us to know, to determine what we call our cell address. Now what is cell address? Cell address is simply a combination of the column label and row number of a cell. Now what are the cells? The cells are the box we have here. Each of these boxes is considered a cell. Now a cell is simply the intersection of columns and rows. These are the different columns we have in Excel, and these are the different rows we have in Excel. We have row 1, 2, 3, etc. And we have column A, B, C, etc. Now when the columns intersect with the rows, it forms the cells we are having here. So in order for you to know the address of a cell, you just need to determine the column label and the row number. For example, this particular cell, I want to know the address of this cell. We will have that the address of this cell is B4. B4 because this cell is in column B, row number 4, and that address is already on the address bar here, which is also called the name box. If I click on this particular cell, this cell is in G and 7, so the column label is G and the row number is 7. So this cell is referred to as cell G7. I believe with that you know what we mean by cell address. So cell address are unique letter of alphabet and numbers that could be used to uniquely identify a cell. So when we do calculation, we don't use the content of the cell, we use the address of the cell. Remember when I was actually giving you a difference between I was mentioning the definition, I was telling you what the name box does and what the formula bar does. For example, if I click on this cell, the name box shows me that this cell is cell B3. Let's say I type in number 50. Coming down here, which is cell B4, I type in number 20. Now coming down to cell B5, I want to sum these numbers together. I will tell you how to sum a number, but for now I don't just need to show you. We will get to a video I will share how to sum a number, but I just got 70. Now 70 is the answer I got here. Now up here, okay, let's just say I use the manual way of getting it. We'll say equals to this plus this, press enter, and I got 70. Now you can see when you click on any cell, the address of those cells appears right here on the name box. But what happened on the formula bar? 50 is the contents of this cell is 50. I said that the formula bar displays the contents of the active cell or the formula of the active cell. Now if I click on 20, 20 will appear because that is the contents. We all see that the contents of cell B5 is actually 70. But if I click on 70, what appears is the formula that was used to get the contents. So the formula bar displays either the content of the active cell or the formula of the active cell. So if you want to know how 70 was gotten here, you can now know that 70 was actually gotten from the result of B3 and B4 added together. So I will leave that for now. Coming down here, we have the sheet tab. It is called sheet tab. What it does is to help you navigate from one sheet to another, and you can add more of the sheets by clicking on this button. You have more of it. Like now we have 5. So then right here we have the screw bar, the horizontal screw and the vertical screw. So here we have the view bar where you can change the view. We have page layout view, and then right here was the spreadsheet normal view. I think it's trying to load us to the page layout view, which you see something different. If you open your Excel sheet and it appears like this, it's showing you a page, one page at a time. You can actually change it back to the normal view, which will show you the spreadsheet. There's another view called page break review, as you can see here, but the normal view is what you will always be working with. Here we have the zoom bar, which you can use this to zoom your screen. Like I just zoom my own in for you to see, or you can reduce the zoom. So you can do that using the zoom bar, as you can see here. Alright, so that is it about Excel. The plus sign moving on the screen is called the cell pointer. It helps you move from one cell to another. Now when the cell pointer goes out of the spreadsheet environment, it becomes a mouse pointer. What do you mean? Okay, I'll show you that. Coming up here, it becomes a mouse pointer. You can see it's a normal mouse pointer. But when the mouse pointer enters the spreadsheet environment, it becomes a cell pointer, which helps you move from one cell to another. It just helps you for navigation. Note you can equally navigate using your keys on the keyboard. If you are pressing your tab key will help you navigate one cell forward. Then if you hold your shift key and press tab, if you hold your shift key and you press your tab key, what it's going to do is to take you backward, as you can see. If you are somewhere you want to go back, shift key and tab will take you back. Right tab will take you forward. And then you can equally use your arrow key, the cursor key, the up cursor, down cursor, left or right will help you navigate around your spreadsheet. So that's where we stop in this video. In our next video, we proceed to the next topic. This video is sponsored by Tudor ICT Academy, and I am on this series preparing 40 self-explanatory practical training videos on Microsoft Excel. I believe you want to see more of the advanced and intermediate topics. We are getting there. We are going to learn everything you need to know about Excel: pivot chart, pivot table, VLOOKUP, financial statements, how to prepare financial statement, how to prepare payroll, pay slip. Everything you need to know about Excel will be treated in this series. Thank you very much. I am Tudo Frank.